Today we're going to find out how to make our health insurance actually pay us. Stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back to the Health Insurance Basics series. My name is jzimmerle. I'm an independent health insurance broker. So today we're going to be looking at supplemental coverages. So this is very important. So I think every health insurance plan should consist of at least 3 things. So the first thing it should consist of is our base plan. So this is either going to be an ACA or private plan. If you don't know what those are, I'll put a link in the description. I did a video covering those in depth. You can watch that. But what this is, basically your base plan is going to prevent you from going, having to declare bankruptcy if you get into an accident or have a serious hospitalization that lasts you a long time. It's going to prevent that $500,000 bill from wrecking your financial future. So every health insurance plan has got to have a base plan with it. So next, I'm going to look at a couple examples of a couple ACA plans that I usually see, and we'll see what makes more sense. So let's say we've got an ACA expanded bronze plan here for $300 a month with an $8,700 deductible. So now remember, a deductible is what you got to pay before the insurance company actually kicks in and starts paying as well. So in the event of something major, you got to pay your deductible up front. So $300 a month, $8,700 deductible, $500 a month. Let's say this is an ACA Gold plan. It's got a $5,000 deductible on it. So that's good, a little less deductible. But what I like to do is to make your insurance plan a lot more functional and friendly is let's look at these 2 plans. Let's make sure your doctors are in network. Let's make sure the copays are comparable. If that's the case, I'm going to add in some supplemental coverages to make this plan a lot more friendly than this one. So you'll see how that happens. So first I'm going to put in an accident plan. So for $35 a month, you can get a $10,000 a month benefit. So say you're at home, you fall off your ladder, you break your arm, this plan is going to pay you $10,000 straight to you. So that's going to cover your $8,700 deductible, and you're going to make some money on that. So I don't suggest you make money this way, but hey, that's going to cover that deductible and you're going to pocket a little bit of extra money. So that's great. So now we're at $335 a month. So the next thing I'm going to build in is what's called a SIP. This is a sickness inpatient plan. So let's say you have a bad case of COVID or the flu and it lands you in the hospital. So in that case, for $25 a month here, this plan is going to pay you directly $6,200. Plus it's going to also pay $200 a day. So it doesn't eat up quite that entire deductible, but man, it takes care of a lot of it. So you may owe $2,500, depending on how long you're in the hospital, maybe even under $2,000 on a hospitalization. And believe me, if you've been hospitalized before or know somebody, only owing $2,000 or less for hospitalization is great. So again, a SIP, I like to add that in as well to cover any type of sickness hospitalization. So now we're at $360 a month. Now the last thing that I think should be in every health insurance plan, and this one's personal to me because it runs in my family. Sadly, I've lost family members to it, so this one to me is really important, but it's a cancer plan. So this is also known as a critical illness plan. So this is a living benefit plan. So in contrast to life insurance, this one's actually going to pay you while you're still alive. So it's based on age. So for me, the premium on a good critical illness plan is $25 a month. So that's going to go up based on age, but it's not going to get to the point where it still makes sense to go with this $500 ACA Gold plan. So what this does is, say I'm diagnosed with cancer, in 6 months, this is going to pay me $30,000 straight to me. So the reason that's so important is because a lot of people, what they don't think about with a diagnosis like that, and I know nobody likes to think about it, we don't like to talk about it, but it's just part of life, is say you're too sick from the cancer, from the treatment to work, those bills keep coming. They don't stop. So this is going to help with all your bills due to loss of work. Now it's also going to help, let's say you want to travel and get specialty cancer care. You want to go to MD Anderson, you want to go to Mayo Clinics. That costs money as well. That money is going to be huge there to help you travel and get specialty cancer care, because I don't know about you, but if I get cancer, I'm going to the best of the best. I don't care if I got to travel to get there. So this money here, this lump sum benefit is going to be huge. God forbid you were to get that diagnosis. So now we're at $385. So as you can see here, at $385 versus $500, we've got a plan that is much richer in benefits and is also cheaper. So again, this is why you should work with a broker, because like me, I'm going to always build a plan that has the highest benefits for the lowest costs. And this is a prime example of that. So you can also, let's say you get a good subsidy on your ACA plan. and this one's 50 and this one's 300, you can take the same example. We could take that $50 plan, beef it up with the supplemental coverages. It's still going to come in cheaper than 300, and you're going to get way more benefits. So another thing I like to add, if necessary, is what's called a Mech plan. Now, a Mech plan stands for minimum essential coverage. So basically what that is these came online around the time when the individual mandate was in place. So that's when you had to pay a fee for not having health insurance. As of 2022, which is when I'm recording this video, that's not in place anymore. But what I like to use these plans for is say if somebody needs to be on an ACA plan because of pre-existing conditions that need to be covered, but they still travel a lot and they want to have those either urgent care copays or specialist copays when they travel and not have to worry about, the ACA having those small networks and having to find a doctor in network when they're traveling. These are great for that. So again, because these are a PPO network, and if you'll watch my network video, that goes into much more detail about PPO versus EPO versus HMO, all that. So like I said, you got good copays for specialists, doctors, urgent cares. They're gonna run about 100 to 200 a month on average. So not super cheap, but if they're in your budget and you have it for travel, these are great to have. So some people may think supplemental coverages, that's gonna cost me more. Well, not if built correctly. Again, this is why you should be using a broker like myself, because I'm always gonna get you the highest benefits for the lowest costs. So thanks guys for hanging out with me today. I know this may seem really complicated, and it is, to be frank, it is complicated, but it's what I do every day. So again, my services are free to you. I hope you'll take advantage of it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.